I have promised you a special guest and a special surprise. And I'm sure you know this man. And this man have a heart like that. But for first, I would like, ladies and gentlemen, present and introduce you Mr. Stacy Seabrook himself. Hello,
Hey, everybody.
Stacy.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear
Yes.
you
Oh,
really, really well.
oh, good. How are you?
I'm really fine. And you?
Yeah, but I think we're both tired. It's in the middle of the night here, and but I'm happy to be here. It's nice to be part of a MaMaThon again, and congratulations for hosting. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's really wonderful. But uh, Stacy, if I can tell you something, I would
Mm.
like to say thank you very much for accepting my invitation. It's a great and a real honor for me to receive you for this MaMaThon to 2020 edition because you are an incredible artist, and I have to admit that I really love your music because you feel that everything come from your soul,
Mm.
and all the emotion you convey, yeah,
Mm.
right,
Yeah.
in your music touch me a lot.
Mm.
And that's why I'm really proud, really, to have you today for this beautiful event, MaMaThon,
Mm.
because you are a real great person who speak, sing, and play with his heart. And that's why I'm really proud to have you today on this channel.
Well, thank you. That's wonderful. I'm happy to be here, and I do. That is an accurate assessment of how I play music. It's not really. I always have this conversation repeatedly with people as I say I'm not a musician, although I am on one level, but I'm not a musician like math. I don't know keys and scales, but I do know what I have, and what I have is I do it from the heart, and that carries a lot. If you only know three chords or two chords and you
Yeah,
sing it from your
yeah.
heart, it doesn't matter, and that's what
No.
comes across a lot of times when I'm playing in a live venue. Just a lot of people come up and say that exact same thing to me. They say, wow, man, you got, and they're not, it's not like I whip myself, because I like myself. I know who I am. And I know what my songs are, but they are, yeah, I just sing from my heart. And, sometimes being an artist like that or a creative person, it's painful sometimes if you're always singing from or coming from a place of super feeling.
Yeah,
The world's a
right.
painful place. And
Yeah.
yeah, but I love it. I'm grateful to have it, and I'm grateful to be here, and so much support through the community. But man, all those songs, that was my own doing. I was just trying to process stuff, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah, for sure. And that's exactly what I say before. You sing with your soul, and you create
Mm,
with your soul, and you don't act. You you don't play a role.
mm,
You are yourself, and you stay yourself. And I think that's why people love you, and people feel your music in their heart and in their soul, because it's true, because
yeah.
you are
Hmm.
true, and your music touch people, and you're amazing. You're
Oh,
just
thank you.
amazing.
Yeah,
I,
yeah. I love
I,
it. It's equal. It's one of those things that I see a lot of young people when they're learning guitar or music, and they start playing other people's songs, which is good and it's a great thing. It's a great way to learn if you have a song you like to sing. For me, anyways, there's a
yeah,
couple of lots of ways to learn music, but if it's from the heart, or and he can sing a song, that's great. But I it's a two-way street, because as I sing and I've put myself out there, it's like any interaction with any human. If you're open, people are open. If you're closed, people are closed, and it comes across that way. And I just couldn't be it. To be honest, I had so much stuff I was dealing with in my younger life, you know, that I just ended up this way. I didn't really plan on it. And so sometimes it becomes, like I say, it might be artists tend to be super open people, and that's dangerous sometimes, you know. So
yeah.
But it's just who I am, and I'm just I'm turning 50 this year, and I'm just starting to be okay with everything. Took a long time. You know?
I understand what you mean, because before, when I was most younger, I was in a band, in a metal band, and we have made a lot of concert and festival and stuff like that. And when you do that, you learn about yourself too. So
yeah,
it's great, because it's a journey when you where you come excuse me, it's a journey where you can find yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you stay yourself, like you, when an artist stay yourself like you, it's amazing. It's really amazing, because this is the stuff what touch the people most. I believe. For me, it's the case. All the time I hear your music, Stacy. All the time. I don't know how you say that in English, but I have my you know, my
the hair stand up.
my hair,
Yeah.
because that's touched me really a lot, because I feel this. I I feel your soul in your music, and you share your own uh, soul with us, and I really like that, and I really like that, and I really like that. And I would like to ask you if you want play a song for
Sure. Yeah,
the
I'll let you. Yeah.
for
You
the
know, it's funny
audience.
because that's the second time someone said that to me today about the hairs on their arms. And
Yeah.
yeah, totally. And it was totally different song and stuff. It wasn't even the Making a Murderer stuff. It was a friend I just really reconnected with after about 25 years. And he sort of looked at my other YouTube channel and stuff. But, you know, I find it really interesting that part of artistry, like artists, it's amazing whether it's sculpture or painting or anything, performance art or dancing, whatever, just that huge amount of life that we bring to community or society. And so I find that I live in a very small community, about 1,000 people on an island, and I don't have a lot of money or anything, you know, and so, but I carry something else that's so beautiful, and it resonates with people. And I feel like I live in a dream someday. Someday, like everyone, some days are brutally hard and I get down and stuff, but many days I'm super grateful to be, just to have listened to myself. I mean, I can see you're the same. It's like, if you're yourself, there's this poet that said, I was born a baby. What are these 100 pairs of clothes I'm wearing? Because we just keep putting these personas and expectations and, you know, people's view. We try to be so many things, and eventually we just have to strip down again. And it's not often easy, but
No.
yeah, I love it all. I mean, I'm super grateful for the Making a Murderer. I feel the whole to be honest, there's something extraordinary with me and Making a Murderer, because I know how many of the songs came through, and it is not, I didn't sit down and write. I was more of a channel or an antenna, and so many weird coincidences and stuff that added up. Some of the songs are just normal and I worked through them, but many of them just sort of, I was open and they came, you know, and it's
Yeah.
super great. But I don't know. I mean, I wonder how this will be if I play through the mic. How's the mic and how's the, is everyone hearing me all right? Sometimes on the other channels, you hear this
Echo?
fluctuation of,
Oh,
like if I play,
for me, it sounds great.
Sounds good. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for me, it sounds
yeah.
good. I will ask to the audience. It sounds
Oh
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't, and just so people know, I don't have any chat in front of me. I can't see anything.
Oh,
So you'll have to let me know.
I'm watching.
Yeah.
If anyone can tell me if the sound of Stacy is good. For me, yeah, but I don't know for you. Please answer. Mr. Seabrook is alive.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I was just waiting. How does it sound to the people listening? Is there any?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Good.
Okay. Here we go.
What do we want to do? Which one?
Stacy.
Yes.
You do what you want, bro. You do what you want.
I'm gonna do. You know, it's funny. I haven't played. It's almost like when I record them at Mark Atkinson's studio, I stop playing them. So sometimes when I go back to them, I don't remember them all. It's like I do, but it takes me a little bit. But I think, why don't we do Avery Road? Might as well, hey?
Yeah, why not?
Wisconsin can be so cold. The scales of justice can erode. We accept life big and bold. All we forget, we live on Avery Road. Should be easy to see. This could be you, could be me. We shouldn't sit by idly, accepting everything, all that we are told. I live on Avery Road. I live on Avery Road. I live on Avery Road.
Whoa!
Something like that.
Bravo!
Yeah, that's a good tune, eh? I mean, I could do. I've been doing these back behind the song sort of videos, That's going to be a good one. I mean, it's kind of surreal because I have so many songs about this subject now, but I just love that. There's so many little background things that no one knows about yet about these songs that they're really touching, you know. Like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, because we have so much community. I was listening to someone talk about, you know, we're doing this MaMaThon, and the community is such an important thing, whether it's where you live or a group, because you all have a common goal. And even though we're so far apart, we work together, and it built, like, if I met you, it's like when I met Jane and Diane. Had never met them, or at rally, a bunch of people at rally. If we meet, there's a moment where we're like, hey, we've never met, but then we're brothers, you know. It's like, it's so cool. I love that. Yeah,
I love that too. I love that too. So I will watch a little bit the chat. If anybody has a question for Stacy, Stacy is here. Hi, Rule.
I really wanted to. So when I was over in Europe, I wanted to see you and Rule, and it worked out the day I was going under the channel. I couldn't get a hold of you, and Rule was away somewhere. He was traveling, and so next time I come over, we have to do a European tour.
And I told you, Stacy, when you come in Belgium, I have a guest room for you in my studio.
Yeah, we jam. Yeah.
And we will jam together.
Yeah. That'd be fun. When all this stuff is over. So Jerome, you actually had COVID, didn't you?
Yeah.
You came down. And how is that now for you?
But really, really, really good. Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's over, and I think everything is over, and I'm really happy.
Let's not get it again.
And no, I hope, because it was a real nightmare, and sometimes people joke about that all around the world, thinking that it's maybe a hoax or a joke, or it's not dangerous. But I testify, and I've said that before. I've testified before on Sharon Sunshine channel. I have lived a real nightmare, because when you go to the hospital, you are a little afraid for your life. But when you see people just there dying in front of you, it's really hard to live, because but I told for me, but at this time, you know, I was not really worried for me. I was most worried for the other people there, because I see people dying in bad situation, and it's really horrific. And when I see Mr. Trump tell stuff like he say, I don't do politics. I'm a musician like you. You know, I don't do politics, but I want to advise people: don't hear this guy. Please don't hear him, because I don't believe him, and please don't believe him. Please stay safe, stay home for now, because we don't know what COVID really is. We don't know yet. Maybe somebody know, but I think
maybe, but not. It's too soon.
It's too. I'm completely agree with you, Stacy.
You know, where I live is the west coast of. I live on the west coast of Canada.
Yeah.
And Canada is divided into provinces, and this particular province I live in is we've done really well. You know, everyone just really adhered to the stay home and distancing, and man, that curve just flattened. We're actually one of the best sort of places in the world for. It's actually just creeping up now as people are starting to loosen. So they've given us another sort of indication, like, keep going. Let's not loosen the reins yet. So, but we've had a really great. I mean, there's only a handful of deaths, couple hundred or something in the province, which is it's pretty good. So,
yeah.
but I'm glad you've healed.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I would like to ask you, did you see a difference with your neighbor, if you have neighbor? Me, I have neighbor where I live. I live on campaign. I see a difference because now, every day, all the neighbors go to ask people if they need something, if need help, and because they try to help each other, and that's the way we act in Belgium now. And I would like to ask you the same question for where you live.
Well, I live in such a beautiful little community. I mean, we're a big fishbowl here, so, and I've been here about 25 years. So, but I definitely notice more. Well, actually, there's two things. I at the beginning I noticed people caring more. Now it's sort of relaxed and we've been isolated. I noticed people appreciating human-to-human contact, even if it's 6 or 7 feet apart.
Yeah.
I noticed people really enjoying conversations with humans again.
Oh,
We're sick of the screen, and and so and I look forward to that day where we can congregate again. I think it's going to be so beautiful, when we can actually freely hug and gather. So I think it's all, you can find a positive out of this. And man, the deaths and the pain is awful, but we just keep going on,
So, never give up.
No, that's right.
Never give up. So we will continue. Stacy, do you want to talk more about your music, or do you want to play another song?
Rambling if you want.
You choose.
One of the things I was going to mention, because to get back onto the Making a Murderer and Stephen Avery, Brendan Dassey.
Okay.
I was going to, one of the next probably behind the songs video I'm going to do is that last song I did, which is called Dear Andy, and it's all about Andy Colburn. And it's just one piece. It's one of those quote unquote 80 more things that just makes your head scratch with this case. But it's a real interesting part. I chose that for a particular reason as a song, because there is so much in that moment of Andy Colburn's story on the stand.
Oh, yeah.
And because to me, that thing about him pulling and shaking the cabinet, and we have photos that of before and after, and we have so much sort of evidence to really obviously say that was a lie on stand. And so you can just take that as, oh yeah, the guy was trying to secure a conviction, but you wouldn't put a conviction at risk by doing that unless you had to. And then it opens up this beautiful can of worms. Like, okay, why did he do it? Who told him to do it? He would have talked to people before. He wouldn't have done it on his own. So he had to run it by people. And that bedroom is so small. You cannot fathom how small it is with a bed and the case. I mean, he literally would not have had really too much room to move it, like he said he did. But if you go into the trial transcripts, I don't have them verbatim in my head, but the key pops out when he's supposedly pushing things back into it is what, but I think everyone, and unless you have vested interest in the case, I would say 99% of people would think that story is false. And so it's just an interesting focal point, because if they do that, what else have they done? I know what they've done. Like, I feel like I know what they've done.
It's the same for me.
So, but but that one in particular, because he's on the stand, and it is. I was in Wisconsin at the rally, and there was this film crew there, and they were for convicting a murderer. Apparently, I don't know exactly if they were, but they interviewed me for maybe 20 minutes, and one of these questions they asked was on Andy Colburn, and I just said, the whole story is ludicrous. No one would do that. No one would take a piece of furniture because you're exact.
Exactly.
It's so brutal. And one of these things that gets me and motivates me is when people ask me to believe an unreal story. And so that's one. But
Yeah.
maybe I'd like to sing that one. Do you mind if I do that? Right on.
Yeah.
I'll do that
Okay.
right now. How about that? That's not it. 1 second. You can avoid, you can delay, you can never escape your judgment day, dear Andy. Time running out on you. I want to know who convinced you to say that ridiculous story on the stand that day, dear Andy. Time's running out on you. I said, dear Andy, who was telling you what to do? Was it Ball Jimmy, or sabbatical time, or sweaty Kenny, or no, them boys be gone, dear Andy? Time's running out on you. I said, dear Andy, can't you see they were using you? Oh, dear Andy, there's still time to do the right thing to do. Oh, but dear Andy, oh, well, time's running out on you. Something like that. So
Whoa,
hard.
amazing. Oh,
Thanks, yeah. I see, I forget the lyrics. I forgot one verse.
bravo.
So many.
Again, bravo. You know what, Stacy?
What? What's that? Belgium.
I want you for Belgium.
Thank you.
Because you rock. Oh my God. You are awesome. And
oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It's sure nice to be, I'll tell you one story is very surreal. Is there's been so many, but I was in Manitowoc for the rally, and I got there a couple of days early, and I was hanging out with Mark Hodnott.
yeah.
And I went for dinner one night by myself, and I was walking back to the hotel room, and it was, I think, might have been the Thursday. 1 second, sir. It was one of the people had started showing up. It must have been a Thursday, probably, or Friday night. And I was walking back, and it was Mystical Jinx there, actually, leaning on the outside of the hotel. She was having a cigarette, and I walked up, and she said, "You're Stacy Seabrook." And it was this sort of really, really weird feeling, and so nice too, and it's not, I'm not too, it's nice to be able to say that it felt good. And so as you get around these people, it's such a nice, such a warm feeling from people, and they really appreciate the music, For those of us that I know the exact date I got bit it was December 26th, 2015, because I'd finished the documentary, me and my partner at the time, and she was going to bed, and I said, I just want to see if these guys are still in prison. And I opened the laptop and I went on, and sure enough, it was, I don't know, I think maybe 45 minutes later, I finally made it up to go to sleep. And that's when I got bit. So for those of us that have been around since that time, and I really went hard into the research the first year, I was like, just processing stuff. But as the years gone by, and it's been now 4 years, I realized that these songs have carried some of the low point, or they carry people in a way that keeps them interested, or reaffirms that what they're doing is worthwhile. And so I'm super grateful to be part of this whole process. And I hope there's a day here soon. It probably won't be that soon now with all this stuff, but where we get to see Stephen and Brendan walk free with Kathleen Zellner, and that'd be so awesome, And,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And find the real killer of Teresa. It's also the goal, and in the other case too, and the other case too, and that's why I think you made. Not a job, because it's not a job to play music for us. For us, it's a passion. It's a pleasure. But you made an amazing job, okay? When you sing and when you play and when you create, because like I said before, you do on your own style, with your soul, and people feel that, and it's amazing. And that's why you are amazing, Stacy. That's why.
Yeah, it's thank you so much. It's nice to hear.
Yeah, but it's come from my heart. It's come from my heart.
Yeah. There's so many. It's just so amazing when you open up and you allow yourself to do that, how many things come back to you, and just the oddest roots. Like I remember, I think it was just an email, or Mark Hodnott had he'd phoned me and messaged me about it, but it was just one day where I looked at my phone and there was this video that says Stephen Avery hears Stacy Seabrook songs. I don't know. And so Mark, and is such a beautiful person, he
oh yeah.
And so he, on the phone, he played these things to Stephen Avery. And to me, that is so bizarre to have. I'm just a guy on an island in the west coast of Canada, and that song made it all the way into the prisons, even if it's just on the phone. But
yeah.
There's been so many weird and beautiful experiences. And that day that Kathleen Zellner started tweeting my songs, I mean, that was another just like,
yeah, it was amazing.
Shit.
yeah, it was amazing, totally. Because you are. So
I tell people, I say, because I tell them the story a bit, and it just goes to show you, we all make a difference, eh? So many of us in life, we just get, like, especially in our younger life, we think, I'm just this, I'm just that, I don't matter. But it's not true. Everything you do, especially if you come at it with your whole being, your whole honesty, and but it takes a long time to learn, a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. But I think we need made mistakes to go ahead. So
that's why
it's not a big deal.
I messaged you before about today is 69 months sober for me. So it's
I know
2 months or 3 months shy of 6 years. And so, those were before those younger years, they were super fun, but
I'm
full of mistakes as well too. So
my congrat, congrat,
Yeah,
congrat.
no, yeah,
Oh,
it's good.
my congrats.
It's a
Be,
better life for me now.
yeah, yeah, I know
Yeah,
because I have some people with
yeah,
problem with
yeah, yeah,
alcohol and other stuff,
yeah.
and I know it's really hard, and
Mm,
I know it's not easy all the time. And
yeah,
my congrats,
yeah,
Stacy, because I know
yeah,
it's not easy, and you are you are a musician, so it's not
yeah,
easy
yeah. That's
to
right.
to stay sober and oh, you have my
It's actually
all
the
my
the beginning was hard, or not really hard. I used some nice tools that I learned, um, but nowadays it's just another. It's a totally different life. It's almost like that other life didn't exist, you know. But I have this song I wrote when I was in the heart of recovery, and it was So Happy We Said Goodbye is the title, and there's a line in it said, "How can I be true if I lie?" That's kind of like what I was doing all my life in those younger years. It was like I was lying to myself, you know, and self-medicating and with drugs and alcohol, and I'm so happy to be free of that now. So
yeah, you know,
yeah,
I do the same mistake, and
yeah.
no,
Oh, it's totally normal. Everyone
yeah,
falls.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
please, for all the audience, could you please
Another?
song? Yeah, another.
Sure.
Oh, thank you very much.
Let me think. I got to remember them though. I'll do Illusion of Justice, I think.
Yeah,
Just let me, I'll try and figure it here. Okay, there it is. Yeah. They say you can trust us, all but they use a badge for an illusion of justice. They say you can trust us, all but they use the flag for an illusion of justice. It's indefensible. Oh, now what they did, convict an innocent man twice with a 16-year-old kid. Yes, we can't turn away, pretending all the pieces fit. Oh, but if we turn away, let them get away with it. They say you can trust us, all but they use a badge for an illusion of justice. They say you can trust us, all but they use the flag for an illusion of justice. Of justice. We need a wrecking crew to tear this whole thing down. Oh, did you hear the news? There's a new sheriff in town. Not the need touching one, not the one supported by them clowns. All the superhero one. She's gonna tear the house of cards down. They say you can trust us, oh, but they use a badge for an illusion of justice. They say you can trust us, oh, but they abuse the flag for an illusion of justice. Of justice. a wrecking crew to tear this whole thing down. Woo! How was that? It's so interesting. Hello?
Sorry,
Oh,
my
there you are.
mic was mute.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was Mr. Stacy Seabrook. Amazing, amazing. Don't you think? So, there is. You don't see the chat, Stacy.
I
No,
don't. Yeah. So
no. So
put this down.
I would like to say, everybody in the chat say very kind
Right,
thing,
so-
and they all say they love you, and how they want more. They want more
good.
music.
Yeah,
They
I'll
want
do
more
it, yeah.
music. They want they love you. Sunstreet, Stacy, you rock.
Oh, that's
Super.
so nice.
This was my favorite one. I love this
Yeah.
song.
You know, that particular
Oh,
song is really interesting. I can't wait
yeah.
to do the behind the song one for that, because that came out so quickly. That was just an out of world sort of experience, that one. Everything just sort of pumped in, and then Wiegert was getting to be the new sheriff at the time. It's just like this weird synchronicity of everything.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Ali Apperson that night, and I just said, I'm writing a new song. And then 20 minutes later, I'm like, it's done. And it was just, it was so beautiful, you know. And I was just actually going into the recording studio the next night by chance to do I was going to do another song, but that one came out so quick. I just decided to record Illusion of Justice. And that's what I mean, to be like, I could do a full-on 2-hour sort of movie on the stuff that I've gone through in this process of writing these things, or being the one that's written them, or however you want to put it.
Ali is in the chat, and
Hey,
she
Ali.
said, "Hi guy, love you. Been watching on the TV."
Oh, the big screen.
We love you. We love you, Ali.
Yes, we love Ali. It's so nice to see her on the screen of the whatever, the chat, you know. She's been gone too long. And Linda's here too. Oh, thanks. I can see some of them when you put them up. Yeah.
Yeah, Linda. There is so much people. Linda, Rachel, Chaz, Andrew, Jane, Jane Sharp.
Yeah, no, I know. It's so fun. I mean, back in when we went to London, when I went to London and met them, that was such a. I wish I could have been there a week. You know, like it was just so beautiful. Same with Raleigh, and when you meet people, that it just. I don't know. It's like you're being reunited with family that you haven't seen, and you've never met these people just online.
No.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. But you know, I'm sad for this year for the rally, because I was expect to going to the rally for meet you and meet you, all of you, for real. But I believe for this year the rally will be cancelled and report, and but that's not.
It'll work out. It'll make sense in the future, probably.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Yeah. But we will do something. We will do something.
Yeah.